What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm here to bring all of you a very special video. I'm going to be going in and judging people's favorite anime by the cover. Now, let me set some ground rules real quick with this video. Number one, even if I have watched the series, I am still not going to take any information from the series if I've watched it. I am just going to look at the cover, and I'll take like a guess to say what the series is about if I was just to judge it based on the cover. We have Shigaso. So looking at the cover of this anime, at first glance, all I could think of is that it's a musical anime based on classical music with a very beautiful art style, and it seems like these two's main objective is to be big in the music industry. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion Season 1. The font bugs me greatly. The font is super annoying. Like, what type of font is this? Like, why did they do probably the ugliest font I have ever seen on a cover? This is ugly. Now, besides the font, overall what I think it's about, you can clearly see that there is mechs in the background. You can see a man with a fancy cape with a, looks like a motorcycle helmet in some way. And you have it to where there's like red and blue palette on both sides of the character. Some form of series of futuristic technology because you see a mech in the background and you see a man that, like I said, has a motorcycle helmet. Ruolan Kenshin. It looks like a traditional, stereotypical samurai anime with a main character that has a horrible hairstyle. Like, he looks like he has a hedge on his head. The hair, the man needs to get that cut. It seriously is in need of getting cut. And the main female character overall, I'm going to assume that they are siblings in some ways because they both have, you know, very long hair, and you could see that they look very close, so I'm assuming they're siblings. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It looks like a steampunk anime with a robotic creation by the main character, and he apparently has like a robotic metal steampunk hand. Helsing. I feel like Helsing, it's very edgy. It's a really edgy series that's obviously about religion, because you can see the cross in the man's mouth, but I'm assuming he has a very warped viewpoint on religion, especially because of his glove he has on. Overlord. First glance, it looks like it's a series about a summoner, skeleton, necromancer, and since the title's Overlord, you would assume that this man is controlling the person in the cover, like maybe as his avatar or something. Snow White with the red hair. Looking at the title and looking at the cover, I'm assuming it's going to be a fairy tale supernatural series that is set place in some form of like Cinderella setting, especially because of the castle in the background. What is this cover? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But what is this cover? Like, can I just ask, what is this cover? What is with the dog's face? Overall, looking at this cover, clearly it's a very old art style from like 1980s, 1990s, or 1970s. It's an old series, just looking at the way the art style is, especially the hairdo. I mean, you look at the hairdo of the two characters on the front, their hair is definitely something that just smells of 70s, 80s, or 90s. And if you look at the person behind, the guy with the brown hair, it looks like he's a woman with a chipmunk-like mask. If you see right there behind the dagger, you see a chipmunk mask, and I'm assuming the person in the background is some form of assassin since he's holding a dagger with a mask, or a thief. And the dog just looks brain dead. YuGiOh. I think, out of everything, all eyes point towards the hair. Whatever the artist was doing with this character in the middle, all we can say is this, is that the hairstyle just stands out. I want to know who does this character's hair. Because whoever does his hair, I want to know. Because I want to get my hairstyle like that. Naruto. Orange font looks really interesting, with the cover having, I'm assuming, the main character on toads. Some form of painter series. Frogs that argue over who's a better painter. Charlotte. Looking at the cover, it seems like the right character, the girl on the right, she has a camera, so I'm assuming this is a filming club that takes pictures of things around what's going on in school, and you have just, you know, the social misfits in the background that hang out with her. Inuyasha. Looking at this cover, it seems very plain. Like, there's not really anything interesting going on in the cover. It seems like the artist, whoever designed the cover for Inuyasha Season 1, just wanted the most basic cover possible and put the least amount of effort into it. I mean, you have it to where on the top you have, I'm assuming, the good character since they're in the light, and on the bottom is the, you know, the main evil character, and then you have it to where a dude with cat ears is like a demon or something, and then you have, you know, the main female character that stands beside him in, like, some form of school outfit. Now, overall, it just seems like a simplistic cover that really doesn't tell much besides saying it's a supernatural series. Gurren Lagann Complete Collection. A very, very loaded cover. This cover has so many characters on it. You have a character on the bottom, a character that looks like she's wearing like a swimsuit, and then you have like a mech in the background that reminds me of Gundam, and then you have a girl to the left with some really weird eye designs, and then you have the whoever's on the right with like a creepy shark mouth face. So, overall, from what I can get from the cover, it seems like it's a mech series where people are pointing towards the future that are very happy. Natsume's Book of Friends, Season 1 and 2. Looks like the series is about a shrine boy that always walks up the stairs to the shrine, and a cat that looks really weird is always coming down to greet him every single day. Kaiji. Well, the noses really stand out. Like, the noses are so bizarre, and honestly, you could just, even if all the characters had the same hairstyle, you could always recognize them just because of how their noses are just so unique. Some are pointed, some are fat, some are very skinny and long. The other stuff going on, it looks like we have money and dice, so it looks like some form of gambling mafia series. That's what I would assume. Cyber City Oedo 808. Okay, this cover straight up looks like it's like an edgy knockoff of Fist of the North Star with some form of futuristic type setting in the background. Welcome to the NHK. Looks like a traditional rom-com harem with a main character that's socially awkward and doesn't know how to handle girls. And it also looks like whoever's in the background is going through an acid trip. And so with that, that is my judging the anime by the cover. So just to do a quick FYI once again, a lot of these anime I have personally seen, but I was wanting to judge them as if I never watched them. So, tell me your thoughts. What would you think about these series? Like, if there's any series in here that I judged by the cover that you haven't seen, what would be your impressions of these covers? Give me your thoughts in the comments down below. And I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. And thank you so much for all of you that comment, like, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please be safe. Chibi out.